A very good evening, and thanks for clicking on to the Monday the 25th of March edition of Vogan's European Outlook. Before we continue with the video, be sure to like, share and subscribe. Did you check out the live stream yesterday? If you did you enjoy it? Let me know in the comment section below. This upcoming Friday, I'm going to actually have a Good Friday special live stream at 8 p.m. Instead of it being at 4 p.m. on a Sunday afternoon. I didn't actually realise that I have plans arranged with the in-laws on Sunday afternoon, so there will not be a live stream this upcoming Sunday, but there will be one at 8 p.m. on Friday evening. So I hope you can join me. If you're free and available, you can check that out. There's going to be a link in the description below the videos later on this week, and also there is a link to yesterday's live stream if you happen to miss that particular video. So there is certainly a lot of things going on at the moment. Low pressure is dominating this work week, and we do have a short work week if you happen to get the benefit of holidays off, bank holidays that is. Good Friday and Easter Monday are holidays for many people, but there's many that obviously can't get those particular days off. I'm actually fortunate enough to now get the benefit of bank holidays. I never used to, but with the company that I'm working with now, I happen to get the bank holidays off. Hence why I'm doing a video on Friday night, because normally I would be working that particular evening. But you can see here, this is the current satellite image overlooking the northeast Atlantic across Western Europe also here. So we've got quite a messy picture at the moment here. The area of low pressure is actually well out to the west of Ireland here. We are seeing some weather systems moving northwards here. It's kind of spiraling around this envelope of low pressure, and there is a heck of a lot of cloud cover draped across the majority of the UK and Ireland at the time of recording, which is just before 5:20 in the evening here. And you can see the current radar image shows very heavy precipitation, not only moving across southwestern England and up the western side of Wales, but we've also got some heavy onshore winds blowing in across parts of northeastern England, extending kind of shower activity over parts of Lincolnshire, Yorkshire, up towards Tyneside, Northumberland. Then we've got a more steady band of precipitation through the central belt and up the eastern side of Scotland. That is progressing inland, and where it is meeting the relatively cold air in place, we are seeing precipitation falling as snow. So this is off weather underground, and you can see where it's snowing at this moment in time. So here at the house, it's roughly 27 meters above sea level here, so it is just falling as rain. But get into any elevation, and I would expect to see at least a sleety, rainy mix, if not all snow. Now, I will be driving down the A9 this evening, so I would be expecting to see snowfall, especially Slough Summit, possibly the Aviemore Dalwhinnie area, and then down towards the Dromoctor Pass. You typically find if it is going to be snowing on the A9, these are the prime locations for that. You notice here right along the coast we've got some it's falling just as rain, but once you get over the higher ground, Perthshire, Aberdeenshire, up towards Murray, even parts of high elevation Rossshire, then we've got some wintry showers across Caithness and Sutherland as well. Dry across the west, outer Hebrides, and also Skye. We've got largely dry conditions at this moment in time. Then as we move further down, you can see here that the precipitation is falling purely as rain, southwestern UK and up the western side of Ireland. Sorry, Wales actually, not Ireland. We've got some heavy showers breaking out, as you can see here, over Ireland and also across Northern Ireland at the moment also. So a messy picture, and that messy picture is going to continue through the majority of this week. So as we continue to play through this loop, you can see not one but two actual centers of low pressure here. There is cold air getting drawn in on the northern flank. If we look at the 850 temperature profile here, there's that colder air on the northern flank of that circulation, hence why we're seeing sleet and snow breaking out over high ground across the north. And if we go back to the overview chart here, some fairly warm air actually coming off the Sahara, moving up into the central Mediterranean. And by the time we reach the latter half of this week, we could see some very significant warmth pushing up the eastern side of Europe. We'll look at that in just a second. Also, very messy conditions, it looks like, for the Canaries, Iberia, northwestern Africa, as we move towards the Easter weekend here. And we're going to have a full Easter 2024 forecast for the weekend coming up, probably on Wednesday. I'm going to try and do a written forecast and also release a forecast here on YouTube as well. But you can see here, this is off the ECMWF. Very, very messy picture, as can be seen here. Very showery. We've got some fairly cold air getting drawn around this circulation down into Iberia, northwestern Africa, even the Canaries. That was alluded to in yesterday's live stream. The cold 850 temperatures moving south. So we are going to see a significant drop in temperature, shower activity, hail, possible snow over the top of Mount Teedy once again as the cold air digs all the way down towards the subtropical Atlantic. But you can see here as we continue to play through this loop, this is 12 o'clock UTC tomorrow. The centre of the low doesn't really go anywhere. We've got quite a lot of blocking to the north of the British Isles here, and we're essentially just kind of stuck in this kind of rut through the course of this week. Another band of precipitation gets lifted north. This is later tomorrow evening into Wednesday morning, and we may see more snow breaking out across parts of Perthshire and Aberdeenshire, Inverness-shire, and even into Ross-shire as well. But a lot of cold air getting drawn around this circulation. I say a lot of cold air. It's not particularly cold, but nonetheless, we've got some cold air getting wrapped and circulating around this. So you can see lots of showers, a very, very convective type situation here. This synoptic chart, we've got a lot of strong incoming solar radiation at this time of the year. And when you've got cold air in the mid to upper levels, that creates a lot of convective shower activity, and that is going to continue to just kind of cycle around this area of low pressure. Then as we move towards the middle portions of the week, no real change, but notice here this very sharp boundary of very heavy squally rain and sleety rain and snow going to be pushing its way in through Iberia and parts of western France also. Now notice the ECMWF is actually trying to portray some snow breaking out possibly over Exmoor, Dartmoor, and over the high ground of Wales also. Now, it remains to be seen. I don't think the air is going to be quite cold enough unless it falls during the overnight, which actually the ECMWF is suggesting. And then as we continue to play through into Thursday morning, you can see more bands of precipitation lifting north to the eastern side of the circulation. The centre of the low stays to the west, as you can see here. And then as we move towards Friday and through the Easter weekend, it looks as if we are going to kind of ease off in the shower activity. Low pressure is going to remain the dominant player, I think, as we push through the course of the weekend. But notice the dynamics start to ease off. We've got a rather interesting 985 millibar low that's actually swinging into parts of southern Portugal and Spain. We could see some very, very interesting conditions and weather. If you happen to be in the southwest of Europe for the upcoming Easter weekend, it doesn't look overly promising actually. Notice here that we're starting to see higher pressure building over the UK and Ireland here. So this is the early portion of Easter Sunday, and we could have, with clearer skies, lighter winds, we could see some frost developing here. But it's all eyes on that system. Now to the south of the UK and Ireland, this is this blocking setup that I've been alluding to for day after day, week after week. This is the phase 7 and the 8 of the MJO combined with the stratospheric warming, but this is not an overly cold pattern. It's just a chilly pattern that is messy, unsettled. You've got that kind of nagging, lingering chill in the air. In any sunshine, you will feel temperatures responding quite nicely at this time of the year. And then as we move towards the early portions of April, if we look at this here, we've got a bit of a north-northeasterly flow. If we actually zoom out, you can see here that we have got colder air starting to kind of show its hand here as we move towards the early days of April here. So notice here that we've got a lot of strong blocking here to the north, area of low pressure trapped underneath here. If we look at the 850 temperatures, we do have some relatively cold air trying to move south here, and the ECMWF is suggesting that this is the first few days of April, by the way, so quite interesting. Let's finally look at the snow projections here of the ECMWF. Always tends to be a little bit overdone on this particular model for snowfall, so I would kind of take this somewhat with a pinch of salt. But over the next wee while here, you can see that it's showing significant amounts of snow over the high elevations of Scotland to the north of the central belt. And then as we play through the next few days here, it's picking up on some snow, southern portions of Ireland, southwestern England, parts of Wales also. Like I say, I would take this very much with a pinch of salt. It's probably overdone. Let's have a very quick look at the GFS as a comparison to this and see what it is showing for the next few days here. So you can see, similar idea, it is accumulating snow, probably over the highest road routes, A95, A96, A9, A82, places like that. We could see a covering of snow. Notice here that the GFS is indicating some snow over parts of higher elevation, southwest England and also Wales, even a little bit to the south of Dublin here, as you can see also towards the end of this week. But it's all to play for. As I say, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you again hopefully tomorrow with more. Bye for now.